This smells so good. I just can't describe it. I can't wait to dig in. Let's make a plate. Alright, so I'm going to coat each side of these ribeye chops with garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper, and sear them in my skillet. I'm going to melt a stick of butter first, and then I'm going to get them in the crock pot with some gravy, and I'll show you how to make that in just a minute. First, I'm melting the butter while I get the ribeye chops ready and coated. Alright, I got my butter melted on a medium heat. And you can see it's starting to brown, so I want to get these in pretty quick. And I'm just going to get a sear on these. I've already, when I say coated, I mean just sprinkle the seasoning on, whatever you prefer to your taste. And you can season it with anything that you prefer. This is just my preferred. Alright. And I'm just going to sprinkle more on this side. The onion powder, a little garlic powder, and some pepper. And again, do it to your taste. And then I'm going to put my lid on and let it sear for a few minutes on that side, and then I'm going to flip it. Alright, I have a pretty bad habit of not pushing record. I browned these 2 or 3 minutes on the first side. I flipped them, and I'm going to let them sear on the second side. I'm going to have to flip a few of them more than once, which is okay. Flip them as many times as you need. But I'm going to put this lid back on and finish searing this side. Alright, as these get browned, I'm going to take them out and put them on a plate and keep going until they're all browned. Alright, I got my pork chops out. I'm not going to waste this buttery goodness in it. I'm going to start by adding a can of chicken broth. And that's just a 14.5 ounce can of chicken broth. And I've got this on low now. I'm going to add in a can of cream of mushroom soup, just the little 10.5 ounce can. This looks gross momentarily, but I promise it's going to taste really good. I'm going to add in about 8 ounces of sour cream, maybe a little bit more. I'll just eyeball it and whatever looks good. And again, this looks pretty gnarly right now, but I promise the end product is gonna be amazing. All right, so I'm going to add about 2 cups of brown gravy mix, or sorry, 2 cups of water, and I'm going to add some brown gravy mix to it. And again, I'm just eyeballing it, dumping a little bit in there. I'm going to give that a good mix. And pour all that in. Try not to make a mess. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of my onion powder, a little bit more garlic powder, and a little bit more pepper. I've made this before. Oh my God, it was so good. And this recipe, I pretty much just wing it. So I'm going to give all this a good mix. Now that I've got all my ingredients added, I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit between medium and low. And I'm going to let that get warm and mix together well. And then I'm going to put my pork chops in the crock pot, and I'll pour this over top of it. And then I'm going to let it cook a while, and it will be delicious. It already smells really, really good. So I'm going to let this cook up for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so while my sauce is cooking, I'm going to get my pork chops in the crock pot. And these are super hot. I'm just going to layer them down in here. Again, I can't describe how good these smell. Alright, and I'm just going to dump this butter over the top. No, I don't waste things that taste good. And I'll be right back in a minute with my sauce. As you can see, the sauce is boiling. Just going to stir it up some. It's just starting to come to a boil. And I'm going to let it do that for a few minutes till it mixes in much better together. Alright, so this sauce is getting close to being ready to put in the crock pot. I turned it up to medium heat to cook it a little faster. You don't have to use the same ingredients. I have used onion soup mix. I'm out. I can't use regular, raw onion or anything because they don't agree with my stomach, thankfully. Onion powder in the onion soup mix is alright for me. But you can also use cream of chicken soup, cream of celery soup. You can use 2 cans of the soup instead of using the sour cream. Just whatever you prefer. It's completely up to you how you make your food. So this is almost ready for the crock pot. This gravy is not going to be perfect in the pan because it's going to cook more in the crock pot. And I've already turned my crock pot on high. You can cook it on low 5-6 hours if you want, longer if you want. I'm going to cook it on high for about 3 or 4 hours because I want to eat soon. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this in the crock pot. Definitely going to be some editing going on. I just dropped the camera in the pot. That's fine. Alright, so I'm just going to pour this in over top. Alright. Be careful, the pan is hot. And just make sure everything is covered good. Get your lid on. And again, I've got it on high. I'm going to let it cook 3 or 4 hours, and I will show you the finished product. This smells so good. I just can't describe it. I can't wait to dig in. Let's make a plate. All right, so I have been waiting for this for a few hours now. As you can see, it looks so good. I got my mashed potatoes. I got my cheesy corn to go with it. I got videos for both of those. Just check them out on my channel. So let's give this a taste because I can't stress how much it smells so good. As you can see, this is super tender. It comes right apart with your fork, no knife needed. Ten out of 10, highly recommend for sure. Give it a try. Tell me how you like it. Give me some ideas of recipes you want to see in the future. And I hope you like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.